So, one of the first things we're going to talk about is headaches because a lot of people are plagued by headaches for a number of reasons. One of the things that I like to suggest to people first off the bat is when you get in the shower in the morning or even when you get in the shower at night is to pay attention to where your mental state is when you take a shower. If you're thinking hard about your day to come, your day that's past, all of those things kind of keep you from A, breathing, and number two, really paying attention to how your body feels. As a massage therapist, one of the important things that I teach people is that we really don't feel how our body really feels to us. We have this like surface, kind of like the candy coating on M&Ms, but we don't really feel what's happening underneath our bodies, which is very important in terms of preventative care. So, what I would like to encourage you to do is just take a second and just massage your scalp on one side and just kind of get in there and rub it. And then when you take your hand away, you should probably feel little tinglies going on in your head here, but not on this side because you haven't worked on this side. What you're doing is you're stimulating the nerve endings and this very thin muscle called the epicranius muscle that goes over the top of your head. When most of us know the old song, when the neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone, what you need to know is that when you have tense shoulders, that pulls that epicranius muscle and all those attachments down tighter, which is one of the causes for headaches. One of the other causes for headaches is not drinking enough water and not being dehydrated. So those are two factors to look at. So when you're in the shower, you're not going to be drinking water, but you do shampoo your hair. And most people shampoo their hair by just doing this frantic little scrub through, rinsing it, and then getting on with the rest of their bath. I would encourage you to get in there and massage your scalp as you put that shampoo in there on both sides, up and down, in the back, along the base of your occiput, which is where the hard part of your head stops and your neck muscles start. So you can get in there and massage this area, and it's pretty relaxing, to be very honest with you. And then you get and you rinse it and do the same thing again and just pay attention. See if that feels any different to you. Generally it feels really good because when you go to a barber or to a beauty shop or a salon, I guess as they call them these days, people say that's the best part of their whole time going there is getting their hair shampooed. And the reason for that is they put a lot of time into massaging your scalp. So, one of the other things that's really important is to work on the base of your skull, which is again called the occiput, and you have a lot of you have a lot of muscles that attach at the base of your occiput and go down into your back in various ways. Okay, so when you look at this diagram, you can see that the muscles attach at the top at the occiput, but they also go down, a lot of them, not everyone, but they go down all the way down to the top of your pelvis. And so if you look at the concept of taking a rubber band and twisting it up and putting it on two nails and it's all kind of curled up. When you touch the rubber band and you smooth it out, it smooths pretty easily. When you let go, it kind of sinks up again. Well, your muscles do the same thing. So when you go to get a massage, if you've ever been to do that, or when you do this kind of stretching, you want to make sure that you do the attachment points, at least on one end, if not on both ends. It might not be possible for you to touch the second end, which will help increase the benefits of the relaxation. So by putting my hair up, I can show you a little bit more of what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to turn around. This is your occiput right here. If you take your thumb and you tuck it under, it feels like a little bit of a ledge. If you take your thumb and tuck it under here, you'll find that it probably is a little uncomfortable. if you lean into it more, it becomes more uncomfortable. So you want to do it so that it's not painful, but it's a little uncomfortable, or I call the growing edge. And so what you do is you lean in, you breathe, and you'll find that it feels like it's releasing under your fingers. Then you just go over a little bit to the side, you lean in again, and up, and the other side, and do it again. And you go across to the middle, and then you start using, and you don't have to start right at the place where you ended. You can start over here too. And you lean in, and you breathe. So, if you have arthritis or some other condition that does not allow you to use your hands really well, you can use the eraser on a new pencil and it works the same way. And people are always amazed when just changing the direction by the minutest amount changes the response that you get when you're working on your occiput. So that's going to be something that's going to help release some of those neck muscles. That'll also help if you have a headache. It's something you can easily do at work. It's something you can do during a meeting. I teach a lot of self care you can do during meetings, which some people go to pretty much all day. And so that you feel some benefit for your body because it's been sitting in one place for a long time. So when you do this, you will start to feel, hopefully, that your neck muscles will start to relax a little bit. And we're going to talk some more about that. But for right now, I'm going to stay on headaches. In reflexology, this part of your hand is called the anatomical snuff box, which is the old place that colonial people used to sniff snuff there. So not the skin part right here, but on the inside, if you go in there, you'll find that it's really tender. Now, this is not helpful for migraines or cluster headaches or specific kinds of headaches. This is good for general run-of-the-mill generic headaches. So if you come in here, say your headache's on the right side, and you come up into this area right in here, and you massage this area, you'll find that it's pretty tender. So if you can sit and massage this and breathe, kind of like this. You should be able to feel that your headache starts to lessen a bit. It might not go totally away, but it should lessen. You also want to do your other side, even if the other side isn't where your headache's coming from. Your body really likes to be in balance as often as it can. So you're going to come into the other side and do the same thing. And then every time after you've done this, for whatever time you do it, it's really important that you have a glass of water to kind of help wash it down, as I say. So this generally will work. It might be that you, in about 20 minutes or a half an hour or even an hour later, start to feel the symptoms of your headache coming back. But again, you can just go through the base of your skull. You can go here and work, and it should pretty much alleviate your headache symptoms for good. On an aromatherapy viewpoint, because I also am an aromatherapist, lavender oil, either you like lavender or you don't like lavender, but lavender is the best oil for headaches. And what I suggest to people is that they put a little bit just right here back behind their ears. If you use lavender lotion or those kinds of things, please know that most of those are not made with essential oils. They're made with fragrances. There's a big difference between those two in terms of their efficacy, in terms of being able to help with things that are going on with your body. So you might use a little bit of lavender. You don't need to put it on your body. You can get a little diffuser. They're very inexpensive these days. You You can put some lavender in there and just smell it throughout the day, um, and use it that way. You can also keep some dried lavender. Our lavender here in Oregon is just getting ready to bloom. Some of it's already blooming. And so you can just collect some and keep it in a dish and smush it up so that it stays fresh for yourself. Or you might put a little lavender oil in it to refresh it in the middle of winter when you can't go out and get some more. So headaches are really the thing that kind of keep people from being their best. It's one of the main things I feel on an everyday basis that people struggle with. So if you can remember that just drinking more water, yeah, I know you have to then go pee, but it's okay. That's part of our process. It's a give and take. There's a flow, and it has an ebb and a flow, and an ebb and a flow. So we have expectations of how something's going to work. Everything works differently for everybody, depending on what your body structure is, what experiences you've had, what injuries you've had. And the older you are, it also depends on how flexible you are in being able to do these kinds of things. I have some clients who are older who cannot lift their arms this high. So again, the pencil is a good idea, and you're not going to poke too hard, believe me, because you'll tell yourself this is not comfortable for me. Nothing should ever be uncomfortable when you do any of these things. If they are, you're probably trying too hard.